All right. Good evening and welcome to Full Transparency Trading. The time is 9:18 on Valentine's Day, February the 14th. I'm your host Sebastian and I just want to say welcome to my very first day trading futures. As you can see up here in the top right hand corner, I have made $472 today, even though it says weekly profit. That was just today, and today was my very first day trading on my evaluation account. So with the evaluation account, what I did was I headed over. All right, so as you can see, I headed over to apextraderfunding.com and then I clicked on sign up. And I know their site looks a bit janky, but I promise it's totally legit. Signed up for the $50,000 account. It suited me the best. And of course, you get a discount code, which gave me 71% off at the time. So I paid $50 a month for the account instead of the $187. And you trade through TradeOvate. What you get here is you're allowed to trade up to 10 contracts or 100 micros. Your profit goal is $3,000. Your trailing threshold, and this is what you're really applying for, a trailing threshold of $2,500. The reason I didn't go for the $75,000 account is because really you only get $250 more and your goal is much higher. But with this, I can trade up to 10 contracts at a time or 100 micro contracts to profit target of $3,000. So as you can see, I am 1/6 of the way there. Daily drawdown is none. Scaling is none, so it doesn't scale at all, which is perfect. Trading view compatible, yes, that was very important. Trading bait compatible, yes. Browser compatible, mobile compatible, all of those things. Mac compatible, all very important. You get your TradeOvate license right up front, you get your NinjaTrader license right up front, and you get your real-time data, which is the most important part of this, right up front. Now I have all of these things through TradingView, and I'm going to show you what I did there. But I clicked on sign up here. It takes you to another page and everything, and you put in your information, and I know it looks super basic. That's just how it is, but I promise it is legit. I went through several reviews, like 100,000 reviews before I ever put any of my information in here, and they did fund me. So let's go ahead and head over to their page. So when you go over to TradeOvate, you're going to log in. It's going to take you to this page here. And I know to all of my fellow new traders, this looks like chaos and cacophony, but I promise you it gets very simplistic as you start going through the charts. You can clean up a lot of this as well. But in reality, it's just my chart, my RSI. But this is not what I traded on today. What I traded on actually turned out to be TradingView and NinjaTrader. Now let's get over to NinjaTrader first because that was my very first trade. So NinjaTrader, I'm over here on this screen. And so you click on, first you want to extend it. Wrong one. Click that screen there. First you want to extend it so that you can see all of these. Then you're going to click on this little two icons here and it's going to go open up Chart Trader for you. Click on Chart Trader and then it'll bring the trading screen over here on the right hand side so that you can see it a little better. We're going to slide this back, and as you can see, I have a ATM, which is an automatic trading management strategy, and I go ahead and click on ATM there. If you edit it, I'll show you what it looks like. Now this is a 20-point stop loss. In reality, I shift that to about 10, 2 contracts, and a 40-point profit. And the reason that I set it up like this is so that I have a lot of wiggle room when the trade first opens, so that I can make my adjustments fairly quickly. But let's go ahead and close this out because I don't want to execute this by mistake at all. And as you can see, my very first trade here, I bought in a contract at 49.75, got another one at 49.75.25, and then we sold at 49.79.5. So basically a $2 rise. And in that $2 rise and 25 cents, we actually saw a 1.75 profit ratio, which is cool. We saw 1.75 and that gave us $153. And then we closed out really quickly because we had no idea what we were doing. We were just checking this out and this looked like a total mess and I could barely read the charts. And I'll say this, NinjaTrader is easy to use. I personally don't like it. I've gotten so used to TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim and TradingView now that this very dumbed down simplistic look is actually a little bit more difficult for me to use, and I feel like it's a little over encumbersome because even to set an alert, I can just right click and put an alert on all my other screens. On here, you have to right click, you have to go to alert, you have to click on the button add, which is not walking you through this at all. You have to figure this out on your own, or watch it. They have plenty of videos on YouTube that are helpful, but in the middle of a trade, I'm not trying to look at a video. Cross above, greater than or equal to. Volume size 1 minute, then you click on OK over here, and then it puts it on the page. And then on top of that, you got to go down there and you got to add a sound to it. So then you're gonna click on Scroll down here, action, add, play a sound, click OK, and then it's going to play the alert sound now when it goes off. Now that is way too much just to set a notification when on any other screen like TradingView or TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, I can do that. So I executed my first trade here. I made $150 and then I closed out of the app. And later in the day, my brother-in-arms, Davon, told me that you can actually go into Tradovate and set it up so that you can see all of your stuff in TradingView. And I'll show you how to do that real quick. We'll head over to Tradovate. You're going to go to this top right-hand corner here where you see the application settings, these 3 lines. Click that. Super easy. Head over to add-on, and then it's the first one, TradingView. You're just going to click activate. Now it's going to say that I'm paid up for 1 month, which is not true. My TradingView is paid up for the year, and I have, but this program is month to month, so that's why you're going to see the 1 month there. And I activated on February 14th, so it gives you the month of February. Click on that, and then you can go right on over to TradingView. Click TradingView. Come down here to the trading panel. Click there, and then boom, it'll connect your trading panel. We're not going to connect it right now because I'm not going to do any trading, but we're going to go over my trades from earlier today and how I made my other $300. Minus sign. Okay, there we go, the full chart. So that's what I wanted to show you here. So we're going to go ahead and click on to magnify this area here. We're going to slide it down a little bit. So as you can see, right around 230 right here, we have this move down, right? So we hop into the move and we're like, oh, okay, cool. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down. And I'm actually looking to get in right here at the 200 EMA, the red line, to go down, right? Unfortunately, on the right hand side of the screen, I had buy highlighted, and that is very important. That is the first lesson that I want to teach you that I learned today. To calls and puts, for those of us coming from options, calls is going up, they'll call you up, and puts are going down, they'll put you down. In this, buy is going up and sell is going down. So I meant to click buy as in buying a call. That is not how futures works. Buy is going up, selling is going down. You know, I'll get really in depth into what futures are and how they work in a later video, but right now I just want to show you my experience for the day. So I knew that the push up was coming soon, but I went ahead and I thought that I was buying a put. I ended up buying a call, which is why you see this green line right here denoting that I got a call. Pushed down a little bit, went down to negative $100. Now I wasn't worried because 1, we were pushing down in the RSI, and 2, if you slide sideways to the earlier part of the day when I was trading, you'll see that we're actually approaching the low. And since we were approaching the low, I was like, all right, cool. Then I'll just get that to the upside and I'll be cool with that. Boom, we wick down, come through, and then we start pushing up to the upside. Let's go to the later part of the day to right here. So now we're right here. We come on down, we push down hard, we stop, and then we see this push back here. So this helped me build my confidence back up because that took me to about $75. We had all these volume imbalances and we just start rocketing up. Boom, we get to this point right here. I don't know why I'm saying boom. We get to this point right here where we fall into that volume imbalance, and that was where I was looking to get out, and actually get out really early, and should have been patient here, but I got out. And of course the trade runs up some more. So I got $300 just from this little push from right here to right here, or in reality from here to here, I got $300, right? Because I had 2 contracts. Now had I got out and just waited a little bit longer, I would have been up to $600 all the way up here. But then let's go sideways. If I put on a trailing stop, and that is the second lesson that I learned, I need to learn how to use trailing stop properly. Because had I put on a trailing stop, I could have had this trailing the entire time back down to where I started, and just riding this up, and then it starts going up and up and up and slowly shifting up the entire time, and then it exploded all the way up to $508. And let's see where I got in at. I got in at $49.91 all the way up to $508. You're talking about almost $2,000, maybe $3,000 trade from that. That would have been amazing. That would have been an amazing day. So step 2 for me tomorrow is to immediately start using my trailing threshold. I'll run a few demo trades. It's just that I'm not 100% used to trading futures on this platform. I'm just used to trading options on Webull and TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. But then you get all the way up to that 508, and guess what? It pushed all the way down, so I could have played that to the downside, back to the 200 EMA, creating those volume imbalances. Then it actually broke the 200 EMA and ran like crazy. So if all of this is in a trailing stop, this is just me making money hand over fist. And you're talking about from 508 to now 49.81 insane moves happen. We had such a beautiful range to trade in today, and I will get into, like I said in a later video, all of the setups and what I'm looking at and the technical side of things. But here, let's go back to just my trade for today, because that is very important. Now, what I saw was us breaking to the downside, hitting that $500 mark that we've been hitting all day long and falling as usual. And when we broke the 200, I was just looking for, a couple $100 out of this trade, take me up to about 300. Ended up making 300 off of this move right here and closing out at $472 for the day, which is pretty awesome. Let's go back over to Tradeovate so that we can go over to my main screen and close that out. A weekly profit trigger here, and then my trailing max drawdown, and that is what you're really applying for when you're getting these funded accounts, is you're applying for the max drawdown. So let's go back over to the Apex screen so I can show you what the differences are and why I went with the 50,000 drawdown. One, the goal of $3,000 is far easier than any of the other goals that it was offering me. So I have a goal of $3,000. The max loss that I can take, my trailing threshold, is $2,500. And what that is as I trade, the more money I add, I'm building myself a little bit of cushion in that I never fall below that $50,000 again, right? And then everything $25,000 and below is yours to take out 100%, and then following that they take 10% off the top, which is perfectly fine. They're funding my account. I'm not one of those super entitled people who's like, oh, they're taking too much of my money. Dude, taxes are going to take way more, trust me. So then the next one, 75,000, you get a trailing threshold of another $250, but your goal increases by $1,250, so you're making it much more difficult on yourself. So 50,000 is the perfect starting capital. And I can make, as you've seen, plenty off of that. I'm not trying to do a crazy amount of contracts. I get 10 contracts. Here you get 12. Here you get 14 or 140 micros. So it's not that difficult to hit this particular goal, but it gets way more difficult to hit these goals to become the funded trader. I should have this done within a week. I'm not going to set any expectations. If it takes a month, if it takes 2 months, whatever it takes, I'm going to get it done, though, is the most important part. So let's head back over to TradingView. Now, as we get into the later parts of the day, I'm going to tell you guys what I was learning, and I'm going to give you my time frames that I look at for trading. Now, I really like the ability with futures is straight price action. Like with trading options, a big problem that I was having, and which really cost me in January to not really trade all that much, was just the up and down nature of trading. The theta started to really just eat away at my profits. And I was like, it's not even worth trading in a lot of the trading days. I missed a lot of trading days. So with this, you're trading price action. If it starts down here and it gets all the way up there, no matter what happens in between that, you're going to get that price when you go to close out, 100% of it. And that is absolutely fan-friggin-tastic. That is what I really love most about this, is I get 100% of the work that I put into it. If I say it's going there and I've got my stop loss up here, and it goes there, when I get there, I'm going to have every single tick in between. And each tick of this is $25 or 0.25 per tick. So $25. 2 contracts, you're talking about $50 per tick, and it's going to go all the way up here. And you're talking about $1,000, maybe $2,000 very quickly. Awesome. Awesome. I'm very much enjoying this trading futures so far. The simplicity of it all. But you're talking about being way down here and going way up there, or being way at the top and going way down. And that was the thing, is like most of the time I can figure out what direction we're going in. I just can't figure out when we're going to get to the end of that. And if you're trading especially 0-day options, because they were the most lucrative for me, and a trade drags on for an hour or 2 hours. And like if I go to the 15-minute, you'll see that some of these really dragged on for like an hour long plus. So we'll do 15 minutes, slide it that way, pull it down. As you can see, these dragged on for like 1, 2, 3, and then back up, and then back down, and then all the way up here. And it took, hours. And if I was doing that trading 0DTE for hours, I'd have to hit a certain strike price in order to really see the fruits of my labor. And with this, I just have to, be patient. Be patient and let my trades play out. And I very much am enjoying that. And I'm, of course, going to do both. I'm not quitting options trading. Options trading is an amazing opportunity to make a lot of money in a fairly short period of time for a fairly small amount. invested as well. Plus you have the option of just being like, hey, all I want to lose is $50. Here I can blow an entire account in a minute if I don't learn how to use a stop loss. So as I said, tomorrow's goal is very simple. We are going to learn how to use our trailing stop loss as best we can. I'm going to go over every video from some of my past sessions and just see what I'm doing wrong with my trailing stop loss. Right now I just don't exactly know how to set it in TradingView because I haven't practiced it. And once I get it all practiced and figured out, I will be out here trading with a stop loss, trailing stop loss, guys, because I would have had way more profit. Like, look at this run down, and then run up, and then continue the rundown. Trailing stop loss probably would have kicked me out here, but there's several opportunities like in this area here when we ran all the way up where a trailing stop loss would have kept me in a trade, and I don't have to sit there and hawkeye it to get myself in and out of it. You know, another thing that I learned that I really enjoyed today was just, it's on my time. This is 100% on my time. I don't have to get up at, 8:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. and look at the market or anything like that. When I get up is when I can trade 6 days a week. I don't have to, be pigeonholed to 9:30 Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern anymore. I can see a move happening at 2 p.m. and not have to wait till the next day to play the move. I can play it right then and there. I can see a move at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and be like, oh dang, that's a good move. Let me go ahead and hop in that. And that is what I really enjoy about futures. The freedom to really take my time back and be like, I don't even have to get up in the morning if I don't want to anymore. I can do this in the middle of the night. I can trade right now. There's nothing good going on right now, but if I wanted to, I could trade right now. And that is the key, guys. That is one of the coolest things about this. Like if I saw that this was going up and I thought that it was going to break out or anything like that, I definitely hit into that. But what I really think is going to happen is that this pushes back up to this 422 area and that becomes a strong resistance and then pushes back on down. So that's what I'm really waiting for, is that a hard push down from these volume imbalances being filled back up, or fair value gaps and things of that nature. But guys, this has been a great day. I made $472 my first day trading futures, so that's really cool to see that my mindset, my study habits, and my technical analysis is still good, even though I had a shaky January. So never be discouraged by those days or where things are, even if they're going your way, they're not going your way. Like if you pick the right direction, you still don't get any money for it. I had so many days this past month that were just zero. It wasn't even like anything to upload. As you saw, I 0 day, 0 day, 0 day, where it's like I'm totally right about a move, but I have to get out a little early to keep my money in my account just in case it doesn't swing my way. And I don't like that at all. I don't like the uncertainty of being like, hey man, I'm right here, but I'm not going to get anything because either one, I'm too far out of the contracts. I'm way too far down. Like let's say I went 10 contracts and it didn't move close enough for 10 contracts to do anything. So now I end with a 0 day, or I move 4 contracts and it moves my way, but then it reverses really hard. And so I have to go ahead and just be like, okay, fine. I'll take my 0 day so that I don't have to take a loss. That is the one big advantage of this, not having the Greeks to deal with and having it be just straight price action. I can trade straight price action like 88% of the time. I'm not going to say I'll be accurate 88% of the time, but I can trade it 88% of the time and feel very comfortable with it. Now, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Listen, I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to try to hit a few more of these over the next couple of days. Let's see, we got Thursday and Friday left. See if I can get some good trades, and tomorrow have my trailing stop loss ready so that I can just go ahead in here, launch into it, shoot the video, and you guys can see what's going on. This has been another full transparency trading session. I'm your host, Sebastian. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great night. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm out.